Hey everybody, it's the Doctor here with Typical Manga Fan, and this episode of the Typical Manga Review is just one episode this week dedicated to Bleach 647, The Theater Suicide. Or should I say that with Theater Suicide? Either way, Kyoraku's jumping around the rooftops. Apparently he's been banged up more than he expected to be. Thanks to the...
Oh, he actually got hurt. That's surprising. I didn't think that could actually happen in Bleach now. You can actually get hurt without dying.
Yep. Would have been a whole lot simpler if I just died from the initial wave of attacks. Here I am, still conscious, forced to make some stupid, reckless, verge of death decisions. And without the now-chan to bounce stuff off, there's not even anyone to throw a sarcastic quip back in my direction.
You know, this kind of reminds me of Sloth from Fullmetal Alchemist, where he's just like, I wish it's easy to just die. Because Sloth's just like, oh, yeah, I'd rather just die, because it's everything's too much of a pain in the ass to live.
Yeah.
And he's still running.
Yeah, and Lily Barlow seems to have gotten the Mayuri face thing going there. All the stripies.
Yeah, but as you said last week, he definitely reminds me of one of the bosses from Dot Hack.
He does.
Dot Hack games. So weird.
Megan's probably the simplest one just because of the wings. Otherwise, not.
Taro was into it too.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? You know what it could look like? Innis, Innis in the sense of the Atoli Innis version.
Oh, like the GU version?
Yeah, the GU version of Innis.
Okay. It's been a while since I played that one. I don't remember the GU ones too well, but yeah, I can see it.
But everyone's like, what the frick are you guys talking about? Go play Dot Hack. Well, it's out of print now, but go watch Dot Hack at least.
Yeah. Study your Dot Hack. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, and here we have Kyoraku's trying tactics. If a normal sword won't work, he tries a Keto blade. And hey, Keto. They're using Keto.
Yeah. Hado number 78, so he's actually a high-level Keto too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we come back to Shinji's group of cannon fodder, and they run into the Mighty Thor. Or rather, the Mighty Thor runs into them.
Go away, Thor. You're not in Civil War this time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing civil about any of this.
Yeah.
Of course, he doesn't care about the fact that they don't care about him either.
Yeah.
It's like... And then here we see one of the dumber decisions of this part of the arc. Renji attacks and decides he can take this guy on solo. Yeah, right.
He already released his Bankai there. He's basically...
Well, Shikai. He's only on Shikai right now.
No, but I mean, he's already released his Bankai in a previous fight, meaning that he doesn't have any tricks up his sleeve anymore.
Has he used his Bankai since he got his power up?
Yeah, he did. He used it immediately against Luchador guy.
Oh. Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
so he's got no chance then.
Yeah, that's what's kind of pissed me off. He used up his usefulness immediately when he came back. Same thing with Rukios. I'm just like, what's the point of those two anymore right now? You know.
Of course, the Mighty Thor wants. Oh. Better.
Yeah.
Okay. Mighty Thor is like, who said it's going to be a one-on-one fight? He uses his mighty cape to block them off.
Okay, we have a team. You know what's really funny? Didn't last week?
We don't necessarily have a team battle. We just have a group-on-one battle.
Yeah, but I mean, something similar in what you said? Like last week, you said that how Bleach always avoids at least a team like getting up on someone, and now this is actually happening.
Leave it to a superhero to enforce better rules.
Oh, well, fake superhero.
No, rip-off superhero, but yeah.
Yeah. And you know, I guess we're gonna see Shinji's Bankai because he still has that up his sleeve. And of course, why hasn't anyone at this point in time? I mean, how far are we into this arc and nobody's used their visor powers? We have 8 visors, right? 8 of them. None of them have used their mass powers except for what's that girl's name again?
Which one?
The hyperactive one.
Oh, Mashiro?
Yeah, Mashiro. She's the only one who's used it, and she did it in training, and apparently she got beat off screen. What the effing do?
Yep. But say, maybe there's some explanation for it, but I forgot that. You're right, I think she did use her powers, so yeah. Anyway, we come back to Kyoraku. It's like, he's gotten himself all the way back to the very place they started at, like where they first arrived in the Royal Palace area. The main reason was he wanted to make sure he had distance between himself and everybody else. He also makes a brief apology in case he figures Nana will be coming up behind him. So, sorry if you get caught up in this, but it's time for the ultimate words, Bankai. And we get a nice little bit of art here with like a bunch of shadows coming out from him. It looks like a tree, if you look at it. There's like a person draped along his back.
Yeah, and they turn. One could argue that it kind of looks like hands too. You know.
Yeah.
But so this
Oh no,
Bankai is
actually,
written.
I thought to look at hands at first, but when you look at it, and
I know
especially when
it's
you
a
take
tree.
the name into account, it definitely looks like a tree.
Yeah, it's definitely a tree. I'm just saying it also looks like hands if you think
Yeah.
about it, if you don't really pay attention. But
Yeah.
this Bankai was actually referenced way back in Stark, the fight against Stark, where Ukitake said that he didn't want Kyoraku to use his Bankai where he could be seen. And one thing I think, or at least with others around, I think that's actually the more correct phrase. And I think the reason why is because Kyoraku cannot control the domain or like the range of his Bankai, so anyone caught up in it might be like killed or attacked.
It might be an indiscriminate type of thing.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, his Shikai is similar because it doesn't really favor the user, right? Or the good guys.
Yeah, because of how it works with games, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. So if this is a Bankai, a more extreme version, one could say that it doesn't really differentiate between good guys or bad guys. It just attacks whatever.
Yeah, the name of the Bankai is Katen Kyokotu Kuromatsu Shinju. The translator note here from Manga Stream is the Secret of Heavenly Blossoming Madness, or alternatively, Black Pine Double Suicide.
Is this a glorified version of Russian roulette?
No, it could well be.
Because that's a game technically. And
I
it's
think
the
I
ultimate
saw
game.
a reference about this might be in reference to some kind of myth, legend, or story out of Japanese culture, like especially with the double suicide thing. But I don't know. Beyond that, I couldn't say.
Well, I mean, obviously it's not like a sacrifice your life type of life thing because he's obviously used it before.
Yeah, like they know what his Bankai is. I mean, like I said, from what you said and what he said here, like I gather it's mostly just like one of those indiscriminate powers.
Yeah, but at the same time, maybe it like compels you to play the game, like play Russian roulette, you know. So obviously, then there's a chance that everyone might die. And so it's okay. So here's the problem. One thing is that now that he's his Bankai, I guess he's no longer going to be useful after this fight.
Well, yeah, but at least he's gonna win this fight because he used it
yeah,
last.
probably. But what's the point of winning a fight if you're going to be useless afterwards, right? It might as well just be a draw.
Well, that's the thing with Bleach. I mean, you use your Bankai and you're done.
Yeah,
I mean, you had to use it at some point.
I know, but it's just so sad when it happens. 'Cause it's kind of like
The ultimate question now is: are there more people who have not used their Bankai, or more people who have not used their Volstandig?
yeah. Oh, see, the thing is that the problem with the Bankai is it kind of implies that they reached the top of their potential, and the problem is in a philosophical type of stance is that once you reach your full potential, you can never improve, which is why people say you should never reach your full potential, or you can't, or you can never reach your full potential because you always have to be able to improve. I feel like Bleach is kind of is like contradicting all that stuff, which is why it makes it so not enjoyable because we live in a society in which we are always told to improve and be better, and that we're never truly at our best.
But they kind of get complacent once they hit their power or something, you think?
Yeah, it just seems like once they reach their Bankai, they can never get stronger, except unless you're Ichigo, you know? And I wish, yeah, I think the problem is there's so many characters that he has to like show all their abilities and shit. But the problem is like I was always wondering why not have like the step beyond, like a super Bankai, whatever. The problem is then you have to, then I guess I don't know. He kind of got away with that with Ichigo using his all powers, but I really wish that some of these characters had like super Bankais. Like how Ukiura was the only one who can use Segundo and Kappa. But at the same time, that would also seem a lot like an ass pull.
But then everyone would get those powers, and then
only certain people. Like Ukiura was the only one of the Espada who could do that. So even people who were higher ranked than Ukiura couldn't do that. So maybe you can only allow like one or two guys to do it. Like maybe only Kyoku and Ukitake because they seem to be the special ones of the bunch. But at the same time, though, it would seem like an ass pull because it's never been foreshadowed before. Not to mention that it's never been there's no build up to it. So yeah, I actually don't think that's a good route to go either. But yeah, so it's apparently it seems like an indiscriminate type of attack, and so he needs to get a lot of distance between himself and everyone else, and hopefully the fight ends so that we can get on to Thor fight, and then after the Thor fight, who is left, by the way?
Well, let's see. We got the sniper. We have Thor. We already took out Pernita.
We got Askin.
Askin
with
the poisoner. That's right.
3.
Well, no, 4. We got 4.
No. Well, 3 not including Pernita, but the 3 left. Like 3 is still alive.
Yeah, wasn't it 3 in or 4 of them in Hoswald?
It was Hoswald, Uryu, and then yeah. What? So it's Pernita, right? So including all the ones that were defeated, it was Pernita, it was Askin, it was Thor, fake Thor, it was sniper guy Lile or whatever his name is, Then there is Hashwall, so that's 6. So yeah, then we have 6 members of Elite Guard.
Yep, that's what I thought was because I know it's like I know like Hoshwall didn't fight, and then there was like one person for each member of the Royal Guard.
Yeah,
Hoshwall didn't fight.
Yeah. Is that Uryu? Oh my god, that was Uryu. I forgot to include Uryu. I didn't include him. But so there's 8 members left, I think, right? Because you have your 6 Royal Guard, then you have Uryu, and then you have Yuhabak himself. So that's 8.
Yep.
Man, okay, I don't even know who's gonna go with who. I guess. I really don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, at the very least, it does seem like we're starting to get our lineups here now because we got Mighty Thor with Shinji's group. We got Kyoraku and Lil. We've had Pernita and Mayuri.
Are they gonna actually do a team battle against? I mean, it doesn't. I mean, team. I was like, what, 4-on-1 or whatever. Like, I consider that to be team battle because at this point, why would you want a 1-on-1? Why? Like, that's just stupid, right? I wonder what Shinji's probably gonna be using his Bankai, which makes everyone useless. Then Byakuya actually has not used his Bankai yet. He improved his Shikai to make it basically equal to his Bankai.
And that actually wasn't there like a whole other group that got separated, like the one with Yoriichi's dead brother walking?
Yeah, who's not dead, by the way, at least not yet.
Yeah, being the key word.
Okay, I if he survives, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. By the way,
I will let you because I will have earned it.
Yeah, but okay.
Well, only if he dies. Only if both he and Yoriichi survive. Then I will have earned it.
Okay.
Because remember, I was saying like the fact that the brother's there at all means someone is going to die.
I don't know if I. Yeah, I mean.
It'll be one or the other.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think. So who has not released their Bankai yet? That's we got Uruhara, we got Yoriichi, we got Ukitake, and we got Shinji. That's 4, right?
Yep. Assuming Ukitake is going to be factored into it any further, but
they're going to show his Bankai. Trust me. There is a reason why he's not completely dead yet.
There's also Ichigo's new Bankai, whatever it may be.
Yeah, but he's main character. We could have saved him for Yuhabak.
True.
So.
What is Byakuya?
Is this Bankai? I hope his Bankai is like some type of like weird Volstandic form, you know? That'd be hella hilarious. Because it's supposed to be a combination.
Like some kind of hollow Volstandic type of thing?
Hollow Volstandic Shinigami shit.
Yeah. He is a little of everything, like I said. I think we disagreed on it, but that is one thing I like about like the fact that each goes out a little of everything in him. I do like that, actually.
Some of the problems I have is that I was okay with the Hollow and Shinigami shit. That actually made sense. Well, the Quincy thing started grinding me, and I think it was the Quincy after the Fullbring thing, because the Fullbring thing was basically like an inferior version of the Vizards, so it was just kind of like, you know,
kind of like the Vizards from the other direction. Oh no, that's the Arrancar.
No, that's the Arrancar, but it's like an incomplete Visor because they only got like a little bit of the Hollow. The Hollow in themselves were not released, but they got powers from other people, like from the other Hollows that attacked them. So it was kind of like an inferior version that doesn't seem like as good, which is why I was kind of annoyed, because it's just kind of like it's in Digimon. It's kind of like the armored Digivolution compared to the other. You know, when like the armor one only allowed you to go stronger than Rookie but lower than Champion, so it wasn't that impressive.
Right.
So it was just like, oh, I'm bored. You know, but here's the thing: like, the issue I have with Ichigo's power so far, at least what he's shown, is that he's basically just used his Quincy sword as a Shinigami style type of weapon. Like, if it's the one with the Quincy powers, why using exactly the same way as the other sword? You know, like, I hope that later he reveals more powers that actually differentiates those two. Because I swear to gosh, if he just uses Getsuka Tensho again and again, I'm gonna freaking blow someone's brains off.
Getsuka Quinsho.
Can he just use look? There are so many different abilities. Can't Kubo just change it a little bit, just a little bit?
Dual wield Getsuka Tensho.
What just shonen protagonist and always stick with the one attack? Goku with the Kamehameha, Naruto with the Rasengan, and Ichigo with the Getsuka Tensho. Can we have at least 2 different techniques?
Luffy with the Gum Gum pistol.
Yeah, I mean the thing about Oda was smart. He stuck with one ability, but he used it in different ways. So
plus, there's a little more variety. Like, he doesn't always finish the enemies in the same move twice. Actually,
yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, and Goku had the Spirit Bomb, even though it only worked one time.
Yeah.
So like there's a little different variation, but with Ichigo, it's literally just Getsuka Tensho.
Yeah,
over and over again.
I think
And
it's
it's not even that interesting an ability.
It's the difference between a trademark attack or signature attack and the only attack they ever use.
Yeah. Because I don't think Ichigo can use any. He doesn't use Keto. He doesn't use. Yeah, he literally does. He doesn't use anything else other than just Gesuga Tenjo.
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever seen anybody who really like uses both Keto and swordplay? I mean, there's Rukia maybe early on, but that's about it.
This silence is really telling.
Yeah. I mean, we have Kiaraku here, but it's just like a attack. In fact, he even acknowledges that he didn't expect to do much with it, but he didn't expect to do much with it anyway.
I think the problem is that Kubo actually forgets that Keto's a thing.
I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I would like to see like more of like a Magic Knight style of combat, like more often.
There have been people who specialize in it, but they don't use swords. Then that much at least.
Right.
So. Yeah. Look. Yeah. So. I'm just kind of annoyed. And you know what's really disappointing is that the Visor's hollow powers are barely like, they're barely an improvement. So. They can use it for 3 minutes and it barely does anything else. So it's just I felt so disappointed when the Visors showed their power because it didn't really it wasn't impressive.
I mean, at the very least, the limitations do get a bit much unless there's been some kind of improvement since then. But again, that's as far as they got after like what centuries of training.
Yeah, 1 century.
Okay.
So yeah, I get it. Ichigo's the main character. He's gonna speed everything up. But can we please have a little more variation, please? And can we have Ichigo just kill someone? Just someone. It doesn't have to be that big. He can just use one Getsuga Tensho. It'd be fine. Just please make it so that he actually does something.
Yeah, but listen, I guess at the very least, like I said, they do want to see what Kyoraku's actual Bankai is, like see what it actually does, like see why he had to make sure he was far away from everybody first. Because I imagine that's going to be pretty interesting to see.
You know what? It's a game that basically says the rules are how much longer can you stomach Bleach before you start wanting to punch the keyboard. Seriously though, I think that's the game.
No wonder it was so far away from everybody. I mean, the mass suicide rate would be enormous.
I know, right?
Yeah. But at any rate, like I said, our pot shots aside, that's been our review of Bleach chapter 647. The Theata suicide. If this comes up like a 1, 2, 3, I'm going to do that Theata thing every time. Just to let you know. Fair warning.
Oh, damn it.
Meantime, that's been a review. Like I said, it's for our series that Bleach is the only one that updated this week, so that's the one we're going to be getting here. But in the meantime, go ahead and take us away.
Bye, guy!